My name is Taylor Spade, and today I'm doing a training demo on what's called a shiny shell back wax.
Doing all right, Kristen? You gonna take a little nap? He's gonna fall asleep, most likely. Another little tip I like to do when I'm cleansing the skin, Jenny, because like you mentioned, all the different hair, I do like a brief cleanse, but then I also brush it in the way that I see it growing, because it kind of like helps you out to see before you get started.
Okay.
Okay, so like that's growing up, that's going down, it's going sideways. So these ones are all coming side. This one's going down. Oops, sorry, Jenny.
No, it's okay. I was bringing
This
that
is
down a little
down,
bit
too.
because he's got like hair all the way down his back. So.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, bring
Yeah,
down the crack.
he needs to get that done.
Yes, absolutely. And will you give me a paper towel, please?
Of course.
This is Sister Jenny. Thank you.
Yes.
Now we're gonna go in some oil. Oil, as you saw, his skin with his arms really sucked in the oil. Oil's gonna be important, especially if that's the case, because you don't want it to cause breakage with your hairs. But sometimes you'll notice with oil, like right now when I feel his skin, it's tacky. So the wax would just slide right off. That's when you can go in with a
What
paper
makes it
towel or
tacky?
something.
it's
If you
sweaty?
just too much oil. Just
Oh,
too much
okay.
oil. Excessive oil. Which is okay. It's just it won't stick that well, so you need to soak it up. Like you'll see how it just got a little bit of it up.
And they can like wax right over his moles, right? It doesn't do
Oh
anything.
yeah, no. Now
I've
if
been
he
doing
if
it.
he had like a real up high like skin tag mole,
Yeah.
then I would put a little bit of oil on it because it could rip it right off. Which some
that'd be
people,
nice.
I was
Rip
gonna
it
say
off.
some
I was
people
like,
are
yeah.
thankful for that,
Yeah. I was
but
like,
I try not
man,
to
yeah.
because it's a medical thing at that point. But.
Yeah. It'd be kind of nice to just get a
Yeah,
bunch off,
right.
and you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, arrowroot powder. Woohoo! I want you to eat it though, huh? Mmm. The powder is absorbing any moisture like sweat, especially throughout your service.
I really love arrowroot powder because it does have anti-inflammatory properties, and being it's safe for people with sensitive skin, you're not going to get a rash from it.
The who?
The wings, the hair wings.
Yeah, hair, it's crazy. Hair will grow in so many different ways and patterns. So I'm gonna start, since this is a big strip and it kind of fades right here, I'm gonna start up here and we'll bring it down to about right here. Look, it'll be like a hand almost size. Okay, take it perpendicular always. Push as hard as you can. You're gonna break the stick before you break your man, okay? Okay? So now, start forming your sides real tight. And you kind of try to move quick because your wax is gonna dry.
Because it's already
Mm-hmm.
not hot. Not super hot.
But it's perfect though, that's gonna be great. Now look, we didn't get to finish really this side. And if I were to pull this, it would break right here. And now it, okay, so look what you can do. Come in here, just grab some more. Also a big hint, and I forgot to do it because I'm an idiot sometimes. Before you do big services like this, see how my gloves are already getting tacky? Before you ever go in, put oil on your gloves and rub them around. It'll prevent that completely.
So the part that you just covered, I normally try to wax and it all sticks. It's
Mhm.
okay. So I'm breaking all the.
Mm-hmm.
I need to put more on top of it.
Especially when you're doing big strips like this, you want to make sure, because if you're not getting a clean pool, it's maybe breaking hairs, you know.
Oh my goodness. Oh, even the middle didn't have enough. Okay. You don't want to be able to like see through it.
Yeah, especially because his hair is thicker. You can a little bit, but I just have an
I'm
idea
not
that
using
might.
even close to enough wax.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay, and you don't have to. Like, if you wanted to break this big piece into one that was
No,
say
it's okay.
say only to here, and then just keep going it down that way, or maybe only half through the
I didn't know I
side.
could keep layering wax over top.
Yeah, that's
All right.
Okay, so now this is such a big strip that would be
Little
painful.
sections. Yep.
So you want to bring it to like here. You can feel it as you're pulling where you're like, oh, and
Kinda
just stop
sticks.
yourself. Okay? Rub that in. Did you feel that, Christopher? He's got a good pain tolerance.
Yeah,
So these
super
are
high.
what you're going to be left with. See how you can see them for your cleanup strips. Depending how many you have,
So cleanup doesn't mean you missed it. It
and
means
try
you
it.
didn't
And
pick it
always with your wax, don't pull up.
Pull
When you do,
forward.
you pull as close as
Yeah,
skin as you
okay.
can. Sometimes you know you're doing a good job because it'll actually stick to itself sometimes.
Okay. And you have to what, make a new like opening, kind of, or like a pickup line or something?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
beautiful.
That's
See?
fantastic.
It's not perfect because he's got a lot of hair. It's not going to usually get it the first pass.
Yeah.
And I just apply a little bit more powder so that way it doesn't
That's
sweat and stick.
fantastic.
Now I just keep going down because now he doesn't have hair at the bottom of that.
Yeah.
You can continue from that spot.
So
Go
this
down.
bottom strip, how do you know where the hair is growing? I feel like I can't tell. Which way do you lay
Well,
this?
if you're not sure, brush it down and
much
see,
hair. Okay.
and then go brush against it. You see how it pulls it up? That's how you know it's not coming this way, it's growing that way.
A little side note, everything that I use all the way down from the wax to the ingredients and all the product used on your skin, Down South Waxing Co. is sensitive skincare focused, and that means we don't use any artificial fragrance, no beeswax, no corn, talc, coconut oil, anything that can cause a common irritant on your skin or reaction.
This is how you make time.
Okay, you do
Now
the
let's
other
start,
one.
because now look how we did the center strip. Now we
Now
can
you
start
go
from the
in.
side and
Oh,
grab.
Oh my gosh, this is wonderful.
Yay.
I hate color.
Poor guy, Brian needs to sleep.
Right.
Feel free to sleep, Christopher. See how I just brought this back? Now I'm not going to add anything more of that. That looks good to me.
Okay. Yeah, because it's like not
Yeah.
super thin or see-through anywhere.
Exactly. Now your cleanup strips, when I go over here, it can be real thin.
Okay.
Remember, less hair, thinner strips.
Okay.
I'm just going to lay another one.
So you don't have to do it right beside each other. I can go in sections.
You can if you want. I don't, because then I know, like, I can just go in between it.
Yeah. Oh my god. Because I would try to lay them so close they would almost overlap and it would get
Exactly,
stuck.
girlfriend. Not to say you can't, but that comes
It's
with
hard.
time too. It's
Yeah.
hard, exactly.
Okay. This is so informative.
Yay! Your hands-on's the
Teacher,
best.
yeah.
That pressure is important after too. That's where the sting won't stop.
Does it even hurt at all?
Hmm?
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
You're fine, babe. Go to sleep. I'll wake you up when we're done.
Poor boy. That's great though. I love that he's able to relax. Push, push, push.
Yeah,
Always
I've noticed
push.
you do a lot of pressure compared to
Got
everybody
to.
else I've ever.
Because when you don't, you're not if you don't push, that means you're not pressing it down into the base or it can lift it out. Because think, if you're only just putting it on,
You're not gonna get it.
it's gonna pull in the middle and break it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you get broken hairs if you're not really pushing into it. So they were that you could put as much pressure as you want on your stick. It'll break before you hurt anybody,
Okay.
which is
And
crazy
it's
to
okay
me.
if you break the stick.
Yeah,
just get a new
exactly.
one. Okay.
Just like I did. Oh well, you know, or would get another.
The hard wax that I'm using, as you can see, it speaks for itself. It's absolutely phenomenal. Licensed professionals, if you would like to see this wax for yourself and where you can order it from, go ahead and visit the link in this video in my bio.
Now that these have been sitting a little bit, luckily this wax is phenomenal. A lot of wax, if you tried to lay this many strips, this one would break on you because it's so
It's
dry.
too dry.
But look at it.
Oh.
It's still flexible. Look at that, how beautiful.
Oh man, this is great.
Look at them. Got at the root too, see no broken hairs.
See, he's got a lot of hair, but his isn't as thick as mine though. My hairs
Right.
are so damn thick.
You do have some thickness.
Yeah. He doesn't have that, but he's got a lot more of it.
Right. And you just keep spreading and laying. That's how you get your time down. Because remember, you can move as fast as you want without
Yeah.
compromising a quality wax. That's why, like earlier, I was like, well, don't worry, because it's not really possible for me to go too fast.
Okay.
Because you don't get the same. It's just like you can't get it done. so good. I'm so excited.
Oh, you used your wax to get.
Perfect. Now always,
Taylor, you're amazing.
always fast pulls with your majors. I call them major strips. I call them major strips and cleanup strips.
Okay.
Right? Major strips are the ones you get off first.
Okay.
The majority of hair.
Cleanup is all the little babies.
Cleanup, yeah, you're just literally just cleaning up anything here, you know, that we missed. But for your major strips, you always want to pull fast. Cleanup strips, you want to pull a little slower.
Okay. Because they need to get all the little baby ones.
Plus, you're able to go a little slower with your pull because it's not hurting them. It's not.
That's amazing.
Okay.
See, they messed people up when they did waxing 4-year-old virgin and he's in there screaming on them.
All right. So I'm saying people say, "Oh, waxing."
Did your
But
phone
really
continue to record it or did you cut off? So I wasn't sure.
I'm wondering if that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
Because my Brazilian demo girl, it cut off right before her butt strip.
Sometimes,
I was like, no!
Sometimes it does that. So that's why you almost need multiple months of videos to get different pieces.
Plus, each time you wax someone, it's the same, but it's not. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Well, not so much for back wax, but like
Yeah.
a Brazilian, you know.
Brazilian's a little different.
It's the same, but you get a little bit different content, per se.
And depending on how the hair grows, right? You have different teaching
Lots
techniques.
of factors.
So you always pull the opposite of how you lay.
Yes, ma'am. Good pressure afterward. That really makes a difference with pain for people.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Let's show the camera. Look at all those little hairs. Looks great though. His skin's not like crazy red. Red. Horrible.
So you're gonna probably laugh at me. Before I didn't know anything, and so
It's
when I
okay.
waxed his back, I just did a whole wing all going down.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know
Like
you were
a big
supposed to
one?
put it. Well, yeah, and I didn't know you were supposed to lay it with like the hair growth. So I literally
Fair
just
enough,
did a
that's
whole
okay.
wing all the way down.
Mhm.
It was horrid.
Well, to be fair, with hard wax though, you are able to go with any direction. But
Okay,
yeah,
but it was bad. It was hard. I had like a
It
year
is.
of doing your own Brazilian type issue.
Mm-hmm. I get that. Sometimes I'll cheat. Did you see how I put
Yes.
this? Because it's tacky. You don't really have to grab anything like that. But then you've got to make sure you got a good grip. Tight.
That's awesome. And you're so fast. It took me like probably an hour to do, maybe 2 hours to do his back.
That's
It took me
understandable,
forever.
though. That's totally good.
And like my whole body was hurting. I was like, this is so hard.
Right? It's a body workout.
Yes. I get it.
That's That's a beautiful strip.
Yeah, it is.
And they don't have to be. That's another thing to keep in mind. They don't have to be pretty. It's a functional strip. That's
Right.
going to be more
Well, like
important.
the one girl that you watch videos, she says it doesn't have to be pretty.
Oh, exactly. Oh, I love her. She's
Yeah.
so funny. See, like this one, these edges are questionable, but I got enough on my stick that I can just do that instead of creating another lip, right? See, there's nothing to grab on here, but if I do that, there is now. Not a pretty strip. She's functional. And did you see too how this was growing like this and I pulled up? I'm able to pick a little bit because there's not really any hair there to do that.
Just like it's very important to find somebody that you can trust to do your waxing treatment, it's incredibly important to follow on your aftercare and be consistent. Right after any waxing treatment, it is so very important to take care of your skin almost as if you have a sunburn. It's obviously not a sunburn, but that's kind of the way you want to immediately treat it. You know, you want to make sure you're not in any excessive heat, including saunas, laying out in the beach tanning, hot water in the shower, or hot soaks in the tub. You want to avoid any exfoliation or any friction and sweating. Keep the area very clean. You just want to do this especially for the first 24 to 48 hours. After that, you can pretty much get back to normal. And this is where you would resume back to your typical aftercare. I always recommend everybody needs to exfoliate 2 to 3 times a week and also moisturize and hydrate daily. Both of these are just as important. Exfoliating gets rid of all the dead skin cells. That way you don't have ingrown hairs because they get trapped under, dead skin cells. But exfoliating is drying to your skin, so that's why I say it's very important to keep your skin hydrated and moisturized as well.
Oh yeah, as long as it not look like it's lifting. Like, see how it's red here? That's okay. But if it looked like it was starting to lift, then you gotta back off. Don't be applying it anymore. This is what I call a cleanup strip. You're gonna go with the opposite. Now I see he still has quite a bit right there, so I'm just gonna do one strip this still the same way.
Oh yeah, that's so much thinner. Okay. Oh, he just moved it from one side to the other. Good grief.
I do that sometimes.
You're like,
You can scoop, look, and make your new edge.
oh my gosh.
Scoop it that way. Then you don't have to pick up more wax if you can handle it. Now this, yeah, that's all messy.
Yeah.
I like to just take that and
Make it clean.
also make it clean too. Again, you don't have to. If it would have broken off a little bit, you would just apply wax right over it again as a new strip. Don't even worry about picking it off. I was hoping that would happen so you could see.
Yeah.
Now this one, see how it's a little bit slower? And look,
yeah.
look how it just pulled those right out.
Yeah.
Just these
That's
are,
awesome.
look, just pulls them right out. Almost done. We're getting there.
Oh yeah, I see the shoulder. His shoulder that you.
the shoulder
Yeah.
thing?
It's still shoulder.
We're gonna get them.
This is awesome. I could literally watch you wax like all day. Okay, so that wouldn't dry. That would have been too thick.
If it was who?
That wouldn't have dried. It would have been too thick. The piece that you just moved.
Yeah, that's why you gotta move a little quick with it. And if it would have dried, that's okay. You can take wax. You take some wax and put it over. It'll re-melt the wax underneath. That's why you're able to reapply it
Okay.
on top of each other when you don't have a thick enough strip. Is there anywhere else we need to go? Yep, let's do this. Same direction. So that one wasn't very good. But then you can fix it. Come on.
So why don't you have your table like out from the wall a little bit so you can go from all directions? Do you not need to?
I just like working from the right
One
side,
side,
and then
okay.
I have to think too, if I'm going on that side constantly, go walking around, it's more time. As long as I feel like I can get the appropriate pull from only one side of the body, then I'm just gonna do it that way. But sometimes I do have to go over there, and I probably will on him to clean up this area like that's right here where it meets.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay,
that
see
would
this?
be
See this
work.
little piece
Yeah, I
right
see
here?
that.
So watch this. This one's an easy one. I just take this, because remember, sticky or shiny to shiny will stick to each other, right? So
Oh.
flip it over and pull it a little bit even. Look. Boop.
That needs to be in the video. You have to tell people that. I would have never known that.
Yeah, and you can do the same when you see like that. Look, this is too dry to do that usually. Look, it didn't do anything. But if you creating more new sticky, boom.
Oh my gosh. What?
All the
That's
tricks.
incredible.
When you start waxing, your hair is on different hair growth phases, so that is why consistency and getting waxed every month is important. Even though I'm waxing hair today, there's still hair that's underneath your skin on a different hair growth cycle that's going to pop up, relatively soon. But that's why I say with consistency, it's almost like training your hair to be on that same hair growth cycle so that I can get most of your hair at once instead of so sporadically in between your waxing treatments.
So now these are my cleanup strips. I'm just gonna bring it all up the opposite direction now. Remember, some of our hairs don't always grow the same way. A majority of them will.
Oh my gosh.
Go get some tattoos. I can paste over them, please.
Yep.
Okay, now this is going to be a perfect example of what I was talking about. This is going to tear away from that, which is fine.
See, but yeah.
'Cause I'll show you
all
what-
of my strips had that.
Yeah,
It was
and I did
horrible.
that a lot too, especially like if you're not really sure how to do these
Yeah.
big strips and stuff. That's common. See, left a little swipe. That's okay. Do a couple things. One, you can add on, make it a little nicer. To cheat. Now that might not work, and that's okay if it doesn't work. Okay. See how much thinner these are, these
Yeah.
strips? But that's okay because it's
I clean it.
gonna get them, yeah. Okay, so that still didn't work. That's okay,
Okay.
but remember what we said?
Yep, flip it over. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Sometimes you gotta put a little into it, but that's it. That's just one thing you can do. Otherwise, you can just leave it completely
And then do
like
another
this
little
one and just
strip.
do another strip. If you see a lot of hair. What we got going on here? You got some. Okay, so now I'm gonna reassess our situation. So I'm gonna do one here, this big one,
Yeah, I think that's pretty
this
good.
one.
'Cause
No, I
he
get
will
you.
not care. Yeah.
Okay.
If the majority's off, he'll be totally fine. Yeah, get that, get that. What is it there for? Like a little flap of.
It's a little flappy.
Yeah, he has them on both sides.
got a little
Get him off.
flappy.
I shave him for him usually. Even thought that.
Oh, look, if you have enough sticky, you can also do this.
Oh.
And
Just
just,
grab it off with a stick.
yeah. Sometimes that'll happen and it'll mess you up, but
Okay.
so, yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome. Taylor, you're awesome.
You're awesome. Oh man, you got some little babies in there. Just make sure I get wherever I see a big majority of them.
Okay.
I know you guys are busy, man.
No, it's fine. I just don't want you. You don't have to do all that. You know.
I appreciate you. See, get some little babies right on.
With me, it's fine as it is. So you're good. Like this is so much better.
Oh, thank you guys for letting me. I appreciate that. Actually, Jenny, will you see if my camera's still rolling?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so. It said, yeah. Okay. We're good.
It should just be, the timer should be going.
You're good. Okay.
Perfect.
I'll like pull those down for you just a little because that is in your way. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Jenny. You sweet gal. Okay, now this is where I need to come over here.
We'll probably definitely have to do arms a different day.
Oh, for
Okay.
sure, for sure. That's what I figured because
Yeah, that was good thinking.
I don't want to get going
Yeah.
on and then it's getting later for you guys, especially because I get bullshitting with you guys.
Yeah,
I try to keep moving. But
Yeah, but we. Oh my god, this looks so much better.
Came out really nice.
Yeah. Good job.
This is my first back wax with this wax, too.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Works so good. This side, like here, come on up. Perfect. Should we go lower?
Yeah. She's like, let me get that. Okay, you got plenty of room. Perfect. I think he's asleep still.
Oh yeah, he's out.
Okay. That's why I know he's sleeping. He'd be like, making jokes.
His face, he's gone. He's gone. Okay, Jenny, these are my last ending strips. Get you guys out of here.
I just don't, you don't have to like, you know what I mean? I don't want you.
Need oil too?
I love that oil. I have plenty though, but I love that oil. Well, I'm gonna have to use a lot on his back, so I probably will buy some for me soon.
Just let me know.
Ooh. So what she's referring to is it's an exclusive to Down South Waxing Co. only. It's called Down South Oil, sometimes known as DSO. It is an ingrown hair concentrate. So like we always say, you know, prevention is better than treatment. So this is what we actually use on you before and after we wax, and also what's recommended to everyone. And I even use it myself for aftercare. If you're interested in this oil, you can always reach out to me, although it is a Down South Waxing Co. exclusive. So at this time, it is not being sold to other waxing professionals. Always keep a lookout though, because things might change in the future. And speaking of, if you enjoyed this video and you think you learned something from it, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, follow on all social medias. And if you would like to book an appointment or inquire to be our next Down South Waxing Co. model, join us at downsouthwaxingco.com. Thank you.